Shazad Sheikh, Motoring Middle East, and we are in the Volvo V40 2-litre T5. This is quite a good looking little thing actually. It's a 5-door hatchback. Boot space isn't too bad, as you can see. Can fit a fair amount of stuff in there, as you'd expect. Rear accommodation, a little bit on the tight side for me. Then I am over 6 foot tall actually. With this front seat set for myself, you can see the headroom is a bit tight for me, knee room is a little bit tight. A couple of nice features over there. You've got the cup holders and the armrest, stuff like that. Also, as you expect, this is a Volvo, so you get all the Isofix child seat attachment stuff. Has whiplash protection in this car. City safety collision, it says here, and of course it's got traction control and all the rest of it. I don't think you can turn the traction off in this one. I can't find a button for it. Anyway, you probably have to go into the system in order to do this. So tell you a little bit more about this car. This car is the T5 version, and it's 139,900 dirhams for this one. But then this comes with the 245 horsepower 2-litre turbo engine. And that's good enough to get it from 0 to 100 in about 6.4 seconds and onto about 240 kilometers per hour. So something of a hot hatch, this car, that much is for sure. 8-speed automatic with paddle shifts. We'll give that a little bit of a go later on. Maybe a couple of things to show you in here. For example, the instrument display. Now you can see that. The reason it's doing that is because I haven't got the belt on. But if I press the stalk here, and it gives me themes. Now with the themes, if I press that, and this is all from this lever here, I don't know if you can see that, and then I can turn for the thing, and then I get the eco mode. The eco mode basically gives you how much fuel you're using on this side instead of what we had before, which was actually, in this case, that's cruise control. If I turn the cruise control off, it just gives you the temperature on this side, and it gives you how much power you're using from the turbo on that side. And then there's also an elegance mode, which is quite basic actually, and it replaces that with the rev counter, and this is a very clean screen. Personally, I do like the performance mode with the red highlights, but I'm a sucker for that sort of stuff. Lots of things you can do from here, as you can imagine. Messages and all the rest of it, everything that you'd expect. Over here you've got a pretty handy screen there. All the buttons are lined up here in a very Volvo way, and it gives you, what climate control you're getting and how. Buttons for radio, sat nav, and all the rest of it. Very clear, crisp display there. Good climate control. It says it's got, if you go into this button here, into the menu, not that menu actually, it goes into another menu, this one. Can you see that? And you got things like, camera, although this one doesn't actually have a camera, so I don't know why it's giving me that option. My car doesn't really do very much there apart from stop start. This one doesn't have navigation either, so let's just put it back onto the radio, which is quite a nice way of doing it. So very clean, very crisp here. You've got your charging point in there, which I got plugged in, 2 cup holders in there. Decent sized glove box. I can read out what other features it's got because I've got here a technical sheet, which is quite good. By the way, you do get a T4 version of this car, which is a 1.6 litre turbo with 180 horsepower. That one is 129,900. Both of these prices, the UAE prices, Dubai prices, and both of them include 5-year warranty, 60,000 kilometer free servicing. So that's definitely something worth considering. You have to put the key in, so it doesn't have a keyless start, but you press the button once you start it up, sort of thing. It's got all the user features, 17-inch alloys on the outside, halogen headlights inside, leather covered gear knob here, leather upholstery. So this is a 7-inch screen here. It's got Bluetooth, CD player, it's got 8 speakers, and all the usual stuff you'd expect. I think it's time to go for a little drive. Right, so we've got it in normal mode. There is no sport mode here for anything other than the gearbox, and the gearbox then you move that across into sport just by doing that. Now let's just chuck it around. We've got a nice little roundabout to kick things off. Oh, the understeer is controlled quite nicely actually, really good turning, really sharp, great grip at the front, and great performance. The turbo kicks in, you get a bit of torque steer as well, so it's a little bit of an old school hot hatch attitude there. Now I just put it back into normal mode for now. Now I did drive this here on the motorway at a steady, legal limit of course, and it was very, very smooth, very comfortable, very quiet, very refined, just as you'd expect from a Volvo. It has cruise control, not active cruise control, it's regular cruise control, which honestly between you and me, I actually prefer, but it works very, very well indeed, and it was fine on the motorway. Not many hot hatch style roads in our region of course, so that's always a little bit of an issue. This one's quite nice, it's a bit of a sweeper, more of a power road but not too bad. So let's stick it back into sport mode. Now it does have these paddle shifts, and I can see 5th gear, 6th gear, 7th, 8th speed this thing. So fair old speed now. Brakes are good, strong, progressive. Didn't even need them that much. The paddle shifts, they hardly move. They are like the minutest movement on these like little switches that hardly basically move at all. They're like tick, tick. I mean, it's like, I want a little bit more movement, I want a little bit more feel from the paddle to know that I've actually changed gear, but that doesn't happen in this one. Got a bit of wind noise going on, got quite a bit of wind noise. Let me just check that the windows are all closed. Yes, they are. There's no sunroof, so yeah, quite a bit of wind noise coming through here. Not quite sure why. Road roll, not too bad. Steering feel is pretty good. It's nicely weighted. Again, there's no adjustment for it, so it is what it is, and you get what you get. This is very interesting. Now there's a little cafeteria here in the middle of nowhere. I wonder if that's something. I think that might be a special setup. Something's going on here. Very interesting. But anyway, not normally there that, so that took me by surprise. But getting back to the car, very, very good cruising. Yeah, so now, yeah, it doesn't change down. Put my foot down, you have to use the paddles because I've got it in manual now basically. But good poise, good response, good turning. This is actually a really good car. I really do like this car, and I like the way it looks as well. It's got a very nice, sleek look about it, very stylish. The blue color of this car I think is absolutely fantastic. The only problem I have with this car is that it draws immediate comparison with a distant relative of its, which of course is the Ford Focus ST. Ford Focus ST, of course, in our market comes with 252 horsepower, a manual gearbox. Again, it's a 5-door hatchback, so almost as practical. Decent amount of kit, not too far off this one, and the price of that one is less than 100,000. So that, unfortunately, is my conclusion. As nice as this car is, and as good as this car is, I'm afraid I'd have to go and buy the Focus ST. Review on motoringme.com, and don't forget to look for us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. We are everywhere. Just search for Motoring Middle East, and if you're on our YouTube channel, then please, please, please do subscribe. See you at the next one. Thanks very much.